It's always important to establish a groove, isn't it? What do you say, Joe? What do you say? Hey, everybody. Welcome out to the Levitt Show. My name is Zeke. I know most of y'all. If I don't, I'll get to know you by the time the night's over. Thank you for coming out, and if you can, support this great organization, and let's keep some live music alive on a hot Friday night in Memphis, Tennessee. It was almost, you do the math, 1955, a couple of weeks from now, when Elvis did the first rock and roll show that he ever did, opening for Slim Whitman here in Memphis, Tennessee. Thank you, all of the people working here. All you volunteers are great. Thank you to these guys. They're one of the best bunch of dudes I've ever had a chance to run across. And now he only wanted me to introduce him as swarthy and gypsy-like. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and welcome Todd, Snider, and the Nervous Wrecks.
I found a four-leaf clover in my yard today. Had one leaf missing off it. That was okay. Looking it over, I could easily see 4 is only really just 1 more than 3. That's close enough for me. Must be my lucky day. A slim chance, there's still a chance. A slim chance, there's still a chance. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, you don't necessarily have to pay the fiddler to dance. We got the Christmas lights shining on the 4th of July. We got our radio playing, we're watching cars go by. I keep her living in the lap of poverty. She make me feel like I won some kind of lottery. The way that she keeps looking over at me. Oh, a slim chance, it's still a chance. I'll say it again. A slim chance, still a chance. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey, you don't necessarily have to pay the fiddler to dance. I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, you don't necessarily have to pay the fiddler to dance. Leave. come from not far from here a long time ago. Spent years on the mountain before they even built this town below. Had a place on a ridge with a view for miles around, until the day those men came up and dragged me into town. Ooh, it was a shame what they did to me. Ooh, it crying shame. It was a shame the way they treated me. Back in town they beat me down so bad I passed into something else. When I awoke, I looked, I couldn't even recognize myself. Completely covered in useless information anyone looking could see. Chucked in the back of a truck with a rubber band stuck around what's left of me. Next thing I know, I'm thrown in the yard where I wait a while, and then this old man walks out in the bathrobe, picks me up and walks me back in. And he freed me from that rubber band, alright, but then in what seemed like a flash, he glanced me over once and then he threw me in the trash. That's how I ended up on this landfill here lying around, waiting on this big old pile of garbage wanting to work its way back underground. Well, I hope to grow up tall again, maybe even right there on this very spot. I know that might seem like a pipe dream to you, doll face. That's all I got. Man seems to think the world was made for him, and that might be true. But there's a crack in every sidewalk, but the grass breaks through. You know what I'm saying, baby? Stick with me. Someday you may have it made in the shade of a tree. You know what I'm saying, baby? Stay with me. Someday you may have it made in the shade of a tree. Thank you very much. I don't want to go any further into our portion of the program without thanking everybody here at the show for giving us a chance to sing for you tonight. If you've never seen me play before, my name is Todd Snider. I used to live in town here. I've been driving around this country for about 15 years now. I make this stuff up and I sing it for anybody that will listen to it. Some of the songs are kind of funny, some are sad, some are both, some are short, some will seem like they go on forever. And sometimes I may ramble on for as many as 18 minutes in between a particular song. I'll tell you something else. Lately my friends have been telling me that my new songs have gotten more and more opinionated, so I like to share with the crowd before we go too far into the show that while I may be sharing some of my opinions with you over the course of it, I'm not going to share them with you because I think they're smart or because I think you need to know them. I'm going to share them with you because they rhyme. I didn't come down here to change anybody's mind about anything. I come down here to ease my own mind about everything. And so with that said, I want to thank all y'all for sitting on this hillside here and giving us a chance to do this again, because it's worth every time. Tension, tension, tension is all that I know. I got tension down in traffic, got tension in my office, got tension and it's everywhere that I go. After the bad guy killed off all the underdeveloped characters, the good guy put a bullet right through his head. And the screenwriter stood up and he told us that all the loose ends had been tied. He said justice is irrelevant, violent problems need violent solutions, because in America, we like our bad guys dead. Preferably after some kind of car chase or something that somebody catches on film. Well, they roped off all my problems and they pointed their fingers at drug addiction. I think it's because they know if you're the one doing the pointing, nobody's looking at you. But you know this war on drugs is funded by tobacco and alcohol commissions. It ain't what drugs you're strung out on they care about so much as who. People still dig drugs. Even bigger than Olympic swimmer. Tension, tension, tension is all that I know. I got tension in my effort, tension in my exercise, tension and it's everywhere that I go. Rock and roll first came around, preachers all went crazy. Pretty soon, though, that wasn't enough to get people in the door. So now they jump on just about any scandal that they have to try and save me, because they know that I don't buy any of that stuff about the devil's music anymore. Gay people getting married. That's what scares people that don't have anything else to be scared of these days. Tension, tension, tension is all that I know. I got tension in my courtroom, I got tension in my White House, I've got tension and it's everywhere that I go. That I go. Well, thank you so much. I would like to do a song for you now that's about a man from Portland, Oregon named Willie Pendleton that ran a tough bar down there. He was my father's best friend, but he was also a low-life individual, and I didn't enjoy him or his company at all. I didn't like it when I saw my dad and him coming, but I will admit this to you. At one point in my life, he taught me this fist fight trick, but it was also a dirty fist fighting trick, and it only worked about half the time. Nevertheless, it was the thought that counted. And when I was a little bit older and I wasn't even living at home anymore, I saw on the television that this guy, Slick Willie Pendleton, had been murdered. And they said the cops had so many suspects, they didn't think they'd ever figure it out. I'm the one who killed Slick Willie. I'm here to turn myself in. I'm the one, and I don't feel guilty. If I could, I would do it again. He was a friend of my old man. Came by every couple months or so. Brown paper bag full of Band-Aid cash. He'd have a couple of drinks and he would go. Taught me this old dirty fist fighting trick, but it only worked about half the time. Black and blue, I was born into unorganized crime. I'm the one who killed Slick Willie, may he never rest in peace. Everyone around Portland knew he was a lowlife, to say the least. some kind of prize fighter back in his day. Took his pay and bought the toughest joint in town, where my old man chose to throw his whole life away, chasing cheap cocaine and crazy women around the weather. Willie the Wild wearing, stepped on cocaine, selling lunch money, pimp of his time. Born into it, I knew that I could do it. There would be too many suspects to solve the crime. But I'm the one who killed Slick Willie, and I'm here to put this to rest. I'm the one, and it wasn't easy. I ain't afraid to confess. I kicked his back door down, let myself in. I stuck a gun up to the side of his head. He knocked it out of my hand so fast that for a second there I figured I was dead. But I know this old dirty fist fighting trick, and it works about half the time. I still can't believe he didn't see it coming, but he didn't. Unorganized crime. Unorganized crime.
I never had any kids.
Well, there's a Coke machine glowing through a parking lot. You could call that a room with a view. This was the best night of pool that I ever shot. I made a lot of money too, looking for some company in the weekly scene. A scene that had to be you. Hadn't seen you since New Orleans. Never did figure out where you'd run off to. I know I look bad last time you saw me, but lately I've been doing alright. Won a tournament last week in Oklahoma City, hustled half of this town tonight. I got some cocaine if you want some. It's the best that I could find. Here we could just sit here and talk all night with that big old guy out in the corner of my life. Old time. Screw off the top on a bottle of wine. We're living on our own kind of American, just like the old time. Your goal was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old man's stream. No sir, I ain't expecting nobody but you. I don't know who this could be at the door, but I'm pretty sure you've got a clue, and I'll bet you've been to this hotel before. But you know what, in the bathroom, but don't flush down just yet. Put your pager in my suitcase, I'll get the window. You light a cigarette, it'll be like old time. Just like the old times, we're living on our own kind of American drinking. Just like old was always the same as mine. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old man's stream. No sir, officer, you don't understand. We're just two old friends drinking wine. I'm sure she is, but that's not all she is. She is also an old friend of mine. I got her high school picture right here in my wallet, 1982. No sir, officer, no offense taken. You have a good night too. Good thing we didn't throw this away. Baby, turn up the radio. Pretty sure that cop knew what we were up to. I guess he just decided to let us go. Who gon' make such a thing about the picture? That was just something I kept. We don't get all sentimental on me now, girl. You haven't even told me what your new name is. You're like old time, just like the old time. We're living on our own kind of American dream, just like the old time, just like the old time. You didn't want to throw your fishing line in that old man's stream, and you didn't. Smoking on black Cadillac, pretend winding down. I'll get up on the sidewalk like he owned the whole damn town. I'm hearing talking to some chick through everything goes so slow. Through the thicker haze of southern comfort and cold. Say, girl, you're hotter than an engine hanging off the gates of hell. Don't be afraid to turn to me, baby, if they don't treat you well. And my hate, he meant me, so I laughed and I shook his head. He laughed a little bit louder, I think he looked back at me. They trade song, hold that one for wrong. They gon' lay my boots on the day to lay me down. I am the wrong way, locomotive, I'm on track. Looking for any kind of trouble that I can't find. I got this old black leather jacket, got this black Marlboro, got this stash here in my pocket, got these bouts in my own head. Right to road till I've got to walk till I'm gone. This moment that I'm in right now, anything else at all. Which makes all they can lay my boots on the day to lay me down. I'm in wrong way, locomotive, I'm on track. Television, blizzard lights, we looked around this place. We found them cool there on the sofa, a little smile across his face. And though I tried with all of my sadness, but somehow I just could not leave. Old man looked at me like he died, laughing in his sleep, singing his favorite song, drinking your last down, made him leave his boots on the day that laid him down. He would say, run away, locomotive, out on his one straight line. Let's race on, let's race on, let's race
But don't be as dense as me.
Thank you so much. You have a good time so far. I'd like to perform for you now another new song that I came up with not long ago in Greencastle, Indiana, where I was being held as a political prisoner. There was a time when I was handsome. Lord, there was a time when I had money to burn. There was a time when where I landed, it was the least of my, it was the least of my concern. But it hurts to lean back in these handcuffs, like 9 kinds of shame turned to rape. As a young man, I might have put up a fight, but I just feel like such a fool in my some of this trouble just finds me. No matter where I turn, I ain't know when it's too late. How do you know when it's too late? How do you know when it's too late, too late? You know the number one symptom of heart disease, the number one symptom of heart disease is sudden death. It's like time stands still forever until it starts shaking around on you. It starts shaking around like some crazy old hooker on meth. And you know me, I can't take no preaching, not on Sunday and no other day. But I feel like I ought to be praying or something, and I have no idea what I'd say. Some of this trouble just finds me. Most of this trouble I earn. I ain't know when it's too late. How do you know when it's too late? How do you know when it's too late, too late? I've learned nothing out here on this highway, but I've been passed by, and I've passed by more than my share of cars. And I do remember in my younger days when I was so certain that driving even faster was what was gonna get me far. So there ain't nothing left for me to learn here, just this half full or half empty cup. Less than an ounce of possession meant I could do that kind of time standing up. Some of this trouble just finds me. No matter where I turn, how do you know when it's too late? How do you know when it's too late? How do you know when it's too late? gonna play one more song and then I'm gonna try to play you some stuff you know. I made this song up last summer. I was driving in my car in East Nashville. I went over to this drive-through window. I pulled in behind this car that was considerably more expensive than my own car. Considerably. And the man in front of me had a gray-haired disposition and he had an expensive suit, and the reason why I know what he looked like and what he had on was because he was leaning out the window of his car and he was yelling at whoever had given him that food. I was driving in my car sitting behind him and I was wondering what could have possibly gone so wrong with some food. When I got it to my turn to get my food, I looked in that window as a 14-year-old kid. And I was overwhelmed with empathy for that rich old man in that expensive car. Because I wondered what kind of life a man would have to lead all afternoon to be that kind of a tool by about 5, 17, and 8. And then I wondered what it would be like to ask that man what kind of afternoon he had had. And then I made up all this. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. They got a bank, just ask Handle Man. Vice President of Human Resources or something. He stood up and made a speech about how we would all have to work even harder now. I thought harder now, man, harder, but I wouldn't give anything to get up and walk out of here. But I'm stuck on the corner. She don't have a rag top. Her and her mother spend my money pretty much non-stop. The time you bring me for the sake of this neighborhood, they want everybody else down the street that they were doing. You were stuck on the corner. Son, I ain't mad at looking them over. See a difference. We're making money out of paper, paper out of trees. We're making so much money we can hardly pay. I didn't even want to study economics. My parents made me cause they said it would be practical. I can't make my kid do it, god dang thing I tell him to. That kid's an unrepentant radical. He is as unimpressed by these blacks in my cubicle as I'm secretly impressed with his ability to look at everything. So for me it was my way, I'm stuck on the corner. Sanity and man, looking them over. Can't see a difference. From work as mad as I had ever been, and then I nearly jerked the kid out of me drive-through window. He said, will that be everything? I said, what would you know? You're looking at a man, a bunch of buyers, kid, right time. But are you driving me by paper? You live on the corner. Sanity and man, looking over. Oh yeah, can't see you get mine. Making money out of paper out of trees. around a tree, begging for my money. He tried to look like he had a little bit of money. A drifter with a southern drawl. Well, I could tell right away by the way that he was running that boy was just begging to crawl. At least a junkie knows what he needs. You get a man all strung out on his own greed, and he'll give up everything he's got for just one shot at hammering it up. call from one of his business friends. They found a surefire steal this big and very Christmas deal. And dumpling, you believe that he gonna let both of us in. Took all the set out of the bank on the way home this stop. Guess her her tank, she said down for some cigs and she never stopped. Said but it's true. Everybody wants the most they can possibly get. For the least they can possibly do. They want that easy money. Don't understand. The scheme and the plan, but they can't get their hand on nothing easy. Just the other morning, I was hanging around in my house. I have that new book with them pictures of Madonna and digging it, checking it out. Just found a friend of mine came to the door. Said she'd never picked me for a scumbag before. She didn't ever want to see me no more, and I still don't know why. Think I'm an alright guy. Think I'm an alright guy. ask you to step out of your car. The Kingsmen came together in a garage. They could hardly even play, but they practiced night and day. Pretty soon they got to where they could really play that song, Louie Louie. So they saved up all the money from their shows. They went into one of them studios and they gave their version of that song, Louie Louie Try. Now, I don't know the words to that song, Louie Louie. I don't think the singer for the Kingsmen knew him either. If he did know him, he didn't get him right on the record. Because on the record, they sound completely jumbled in his jaw. He says, me think, but me girl, was so constantly. I make ooh, Well, that last part scared everybody from the PTA to the FBI. See, the kids have been going kind of crazy lately. Seems like nobody can figure out why. So they decided to form a coalition and launch an investigation. You know, for the children, they figured they at least had to try to figure out the words to that song, Louie Louie. It's the feel good hit of this endless summer. It's kids out the control, singing along to that star-spangled banner. Hail, hail, rock and roll. Marilyn Manson, his real name's not Marilyn Manson. He's a skinny public high school kid from Ohio. He's not some monster from out of this world. And like a lot of skinny public high school kids, he was sick of getting beaten up by the pulling guard all week, only to go out on the weekend and watch the quarterback get all the girls. So he formed a band, man, and now Marilyn Manson, he gets a lot of chicks. They're weird chicks, but they're chicks. A few years later, a couple latchkey kids go tragically mad. Everybody's gathered around the television store at the mall trying to figure out what went wrong. This guy says, "You think the life of a kid going to school around here could have gotten that bad?" And this other guy said, "No, probably just the words to one of them Marilyn Manson songs. You know which one I'm talking about." It sure feels good. Hit of this endless summer that gets the kids out of control. Singing along to that star-spangled bomber. Hail, hail, rock and roll. And every 10 years or so, our country and some other little country, we start firing all of our newest weapons at each other. For some reason or another, right or wrong, like it or not, it happens, and when it happens, people get shot. And when people get shot, they show that on television a lot. Every night at 6 o'clock. And you don't have to be 18 to see that. You don't even have to be in first grade. First grade, where they'll teach a kid to pride, they tell him he gonna need to thrive in a world where they say that only the strong will survive. So he's taught the art of more, to compare to and to keep score. Monday through Friday, while he stares at the floor, till Sunday, they make him go to school once more. Only this time, they make him wear a suit and a tie, and listen to some guy who claims to know where people go when they die. Tell them that only the meek are gonna inherit the earth. Well, by this time, how could anybody's kid know what anything was worth? My brothers and sisters, I'm only one guy. I don't even know the words to that song, Louis the Ride. But I can tell you right now, without batting an eye, that the next time some latchkey kid goes wrong, it ain't gonna be because of the words to some rock and roll song. And I ain't trying to preach to you either. I'm just trying to sing to you too. String a few words together. Hey kid. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Thank you so much. You having a good time? We're gonna bring out the lovely Miss Amy LeVere. That's Don't tell me baby, not a good thing going at home. Too much to lose if I don't leave him alone. Don't tell me, baby, you got my heart. You want to do that? We'll take that from my cookie hat, from my gang, on my gun, on my waist full of pages, for a job, deep fries, nothing wicked to pages. That's where it's at. No one's gonna hit. How you gonna blame me if heaven is at? There's a war going on, war being win. Got the soul of my heart, sometimes. That's right. Sometimes. Well, I'm going to. Oh, that's where I'm going to go.